Mic the entire time, and we're recording the on the cameras, just so you're aware. So between breaks. Right. Welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show, brought to you by SACA, the Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance. SACA is dedicated to creating, preserving, and advancing the arts. We're very proud to have them as our presenting sponsor. A huge thank you to all of our other sponsors as well who make this show possible. That's Vero Premium Beef, Tucson Family Food Project, Local First Arizona, Portillo's Hot Dogs, and of course, SACA. Before we dive in, don't forget to visit thetastyshow.com. That's where you can listen to past episodes, discover exclusive content, and best of all, join the Tucson Tasty Show membership program. Members unlock secret menu items at Tucson's top restaurants, score exclusive rewards, and even get surprise restaurant gift cards. And right now, when you sign up, you'll be entered to win tickets to the Renaissance Fair. If you love food and a chance to win amazing experiences, head to the tastyshow.com and sign up today. And speaking of exclusive foodie experiences, we're hosting one of our one night only private dining and TV recording event at Studio Llanos. This is an intimate 12-seat dinner where guests can enjoy an exclusive multi-course meal with all the drinks and gratuity included, plus be a part of the Tucson Tasty Show or TV show. Seats are extremely limited. Once they're gone, they're gone. So head to thetastyshow.com and reserve your spots now. Now let's talk about the culinary innovation and competition with a chef who knows how to win. He's the executive chef and owner of Dante's Fire, a two-time winning Iron Chef champion, a World Margarita Championship winner, and the reigning top dog from the Tucson Tasty Show's food truck food fights. Please welcome Chef Ken Foy to the Tucson Tasty Show.
Hello, Tucson. How are we doing today?
Great. And this segment of the Tucson Tasty Show is brought to you by Vera Earl Premium Beef, bringing you that ranch to table quality you can taste. So, Chef Ken, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here. You've got an incredible resume. Iron Chef of Tucson, World Margarita Championship winner, and now the reigning top dog from the Tucson Tasty Show's food truck food fights. What was it like taking all those titles?
It was, quite fun. We always love having fun, and we hope that it translates to the people and the judges. So we're on a bit of a roll, but we're just out there trying to have fun. That's kind of fun.
Understand it is fun though, right? And that was the whole point of the food truck food fights, was to bring the community into and really showcase what our food trucks can do. And you definitely showed off along with all the other food trucks. It was a lot of fun.
Great community.
How did you come up with the winning dishes? Because we got to talk about that hot dog really quick. I mean, that was a next level hot dog, and I mean, it even gave me a little bit of of a buzz when I bit into it. So let's talk about that without talking about that.
We wanted something that felt matched the personality of our celebrity endorser. So we just kind of went down that rabbit hole. The bombing is, an up and coming thing. It has been for years, but people are really starting to get excited for it. I'm getting excited for it. I've worn bombings along with my suits nowadays because it's just, that far east flavor palette where you've got your sweet, your salty, your savory, your bitter, and it all kind of works.
Oh yeah.
So it was like we use a hot dog as a vessel for that. Matches our football and our sweet dog, and it was fun. And we have, you're having a serious competition when you're making hot dog buns.
Yes, fair enough. And it was quite the bun. So you made that, and so it was top to bottom your creation, which is awesome and really exciting. And it was, I mean, all the flavors really came together. There was a little extra crispy something on the top, which was great. Can't talk about it on the radio, but it definitely did match Snoop Dogg's Arizona Bowl. So How does competing in food competition shape your creativity?
You know, a lot. So the reason I'm so passionate about, kind of getting my name out there, I was hidden for so many years in
Mm,
private clubs.
mhm,
So you'll see a lot of these um, competitions. The first line on it is your restaurant must be open to the public.
mm,
So my entire career,
mhm.
I couldn't go out here and do these kind of things. So as soon as I opened Dante's, I was just chopping at the bit to be, you know, to have a chance to compete.
Right.
So other than that, we're just out there having fun. I know we got some real wrinkles coming our way for the next salsa margarita.
Oh,
We planned that one as soon as we got off getting our awards last. I was like, what are we doing?
and when is that competition?
God, it's usually kind of mid late summer, so I want to say,
We got 6 months, and you're planning ahead, or you're already planning.
yeah, I had 12 months and I was already planning.
Oh wow! All right. That was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah,
We got to be a judge at it with Saka, and it's put on at Westward Look, and what a cool venue
yeah.
though.
I can't judge that one anymore. Me and Cable were judges. There's a
Yeah.
picture of us holding each other like little kids. I put it out for my first birthday every year.
So tequila is your Achilles heel. All right,
You
all
know,
right.
that's when it was at La Cantada, and there was like so many vendors. They
Mm.
had the judges broken into like five or six.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was all pre-COVID, so they filled up the entire lot.
Uh, that's impressive
Yeah,
because that is a big venue.
yeah,
And hopefully we get back to there. I mean, with it seems like everybody's waking up and coming out to the
you know,
competitions more, especially after
yeah.
the
Festivals
pandemic.
and events have been
Yeah.
like everything's starting to really shaking off. The things that kept us all locked up and permitted. So
Yep. Right. Yeah. It was a fun and interesting time. I never want to go back.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
what first inspired you to pursue your career in a kitchen? Okay.
my mom was a horrible cook.
Sorry, mom.
Yeah, for me, learning to cook was about survival.
Ah,
But she was raising two boys that were both um, troublemakers in their own ways. So after the boys left the house, she became a wonderful cook.
mm,
But when we were teenagers, the woman put cottage cheese and taco meat. It was everything bad.
cottage cheese. Is that like a thing?
It was for her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that was why I started cooking
S-
because
you
I
can-
couldn't eat mom's food anymore.
Cottage cheese and taco meat.
Yeah, yeah,
Please no.
no,
All right.
yeah,
That is a choice.
yes.
And uh, yeah.
One man's out and proud.
What has been your the toughest competition you've been in? Iron Chefs.
That is the biggest, and it's the biggest pressure cooker when it comes to that hour clock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's its own level of pressure.
Right. And some of the dishes that you brought in today were actually inspired by that
Yes,
competition.
my second place
Right. Second place out of all the chefs in Tucson, though, is still doing pretty good.
trophy.
I just want to throw that out there. I know it's still second place. I'm with you,
Thank you.
but and we're definitely not. Or we try not to be, the everybody gets a trophy. We're very much, compete. The winner's the winner, But we want to yeah, fair enough. We'll leave it there. But it was really close. The competition was really the scoring in the end was a few point spread. There wasn't huge. That it was like a very tight race. Like one thing one way or the other would have been hugely different. What would you say to chefs that want to participate, especially in the Iron Chef, and how would you inspire them?
You know, that's it's a burn you gotta really want it. I mean,
Mm,
this is not just kind of, I don't know,
You can't phone it in.
you can't phone it in. You gotta commit yourself to it, or bad things happen. Our practice runs were, multiple. Um, it, it's a big endeavor. So if if you want to do it, make sure you um, emotionally commit to it.
Yeah. Are when you're preparing for it, do you ever do anything on the like it's a busy Friday night at the restaurant and then you have somebody like throw a curveball at you like, "Hey, make a dish with this." And you've got to do the dinner as
Yeah.
well as create this.
We pick fictitious secret ingredients,
Mm.
and we try and get one from each one of the genres. And it's my lot in life is to never get a piece of protein. Um,
Right.
but um, then we do it right on the clock.
Mm.
So we got the hour to do it, just like we do it on at the competition.
Yeah.
And it's chaos. It's a lot of work, and you know, my staff tell me that I've been practicing it for years because of the size of my kitchen. I only have the 6 burners and this and that. So, um, yeah, practice is practice.
Yeah. And then this segment is brought to you by Portillo's hot dogs. Portillo's hot dogs is over on Broadway in El Vernon. It's the best, bringing that Chicago classic flavor to Tucson. Thank you for supporting the Tucson Tasty Show. Do you want to be the first to know about exclusive chef experiences like R&D dinners? Join the Tucson Tasty Show membership program at thetastyshow.com and unlock the VIP access to Tucson's best food events. Up next, we're going to dive in to Ken Foy's dinner experience. Yeah, I gotta redo that. I was trying to watch the clock and I was running out of time. And I was like, no. All right, that's the joys of pre-recording, though. Let me just tighten this up a little bit, and then ooh, good first segment. You don't know? There we go. Hey, everybody out in social media land. It's great to be here today. Super excited to have Ken on the show. As always, you're an awesome guest, and I really appreciate you being here. Definitely check out the tastyshow.com. If you want to win tickets to the Renaissance Festival, all you have to do is leave a comment and then share the live stream with everybody, and we'll get those tickets out to the winners. Every week we're gonna have winners. We have family packs available, and yeah, it's a lot of fun this year. It's quite big. Do you ever go to the Renaissance
I
Festival?
haven't. This is one that we've been going about trying to get into with some of our concessions and food truck stuff. It's on the heels of so many big things, gem show
Right?
and this and that, and rodeo just winding down last weekend.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, it goes through the end of March, and they have Pleasure Feast, and it's hosted by Pirate and or Pirates, and it's wild. Definitely, it's I would say that's probably PG-13 from what I saw, but it's still really super exciting.
yeah, it's
Um,
gonna be a great month for us. Festival books
yes,
coming up, and the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Festival the same weekend.
yeah,
We are
nice.
just gonna be
and oh yeah, no kidding. And Book Heroes just opened up their building. They finally got a building.
Oh, nice.
So they're a nonprofit here that we try to support because they give books to kids.
Oh,
And
cool.
what's better
Super
than that,
awesome.
right? And I'm also a part of a group that does bikes for books. So the kids, we partner with schools, and the more books the kids read, whoever reads the most books and documents it, and the parents have to sign off on it. But the more books they read, they win a bike, and
Nice.
we're trying to get it to where we can give out like 20 bikes because the whole point of the thing is just to have or support that childhood literacy, which schools do a great job, but there's fundamentals that you just can't get from or if you're not reading a ton of books, right? So all right, let's get back here so I can finish up this and we'll start the next segment. Up next, we're diving into Chef Ken's exclusive R&D dinners, what they are, why they matter, and how you can be a part of shaping the future of the menu at Dante's Fire. Stick around. That was it. That easy. And I couldn't get it out. Multitasking. I really respect Tom at Bustos Media because he was my man behind the glass, if as it were, and he dealt with all of this for me. So awesome. 7, 1 can.
Find one thing last night.
Oh, speaking of pleasure feast, if you use the code tasty, you'll actually get $10 off your order, which is great. What's that? Oh, we get some. I'm gonna go grab that. Remember, the cameras are still on.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, uh, she's gonna pop in for a second and talk about the. She was very impressed with your pairing on the Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay.
Stop calling me that.
Let's keep it
Yeah.
G-rated. We just have to keep it G-rated. We're good. All right. Now we do have Leslie, one of the friends of the Tucson Tasty Show and an ambassador for the Tucson Tasty Show. Thank you for joining us today. You can adjust that mic as much as you need to, and then we'll jump back in and yeah. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm Wesley Source, your host. This segment is made possible by Tucson Family Food Project, helping families in our community gain better access to fresh, local food. And don't forget, if you love exclusive dining experiences, we have something big happening soon. Our private dining and TV recording episode with Chef Janos over at his studio Janos. Only 12 seats are available, all drinks, all gratuity, all included. Be a part of the show. Head to thetastyshow.com and reserve your spot today. And We're here in studio with Chef Ken Foy, and we also have Leslie. Good to see you both. And thank you for being here. And so we're going to talk about your R&D dinner. And I'm going to let you go ahead and take the lead on this one because you have your first menu item, and your descriptions and everything else is just an experience in and of itself.
All right, we were doing the guest chef at Black Canyon, and they were in between Wendy and Devin, and I showed up, and I was like, I want to try this thing, and we're set it up in the walk-in, and we're getting it all together, and I go to Devin, holy bleep, it worked. So setting the galley in a tomato is a little bit tricky because the added liquid that the tomato is going to leak into the galley to make it set was something we weren't sure was going to work out.
Okay.
So we had all the fun in the world with it. And it's just like a little bite of tomato.
So it's kind of a play on caprese salad.
100%. So we've got Campari tomato. We've got a balsamic roasted garlic galley.
Mm-hmm.
We've got basil foam olive oil.
Basil foam olive oil. Now this was the surprise because when I bit into it, I was expecting something a little creamier, but it's definitely salty. It's definitely savory, and it pairs really amazingly with this tomato. Definitely go to the tastyshow.com and check out these videos. And if you're online right now, we'll have that up for the camera here in just a second. Now, when you're putting this together, I mean, yeah, you got it together. Let's
Pretty good.
check it out. And it's just it's an elegant little dish. Now, when you're boiling the tomatoes, you're peeling them. Are you boiling them? Are you peeling them?
Because of the nature of that little Campari tomato, like they're in that boiling water for like 3 seconds.
Okay, so just like blanched.
Yeah, like usually a full blown tomato will you got to leave it in there 20, 30, 45 seconds for it to get hot and do what it needs to do.
Right.
This one is just they're so delicate. You really just got to pop them in and out.
That foam is something different. So, can you break down what that layering on that foam is?
Fresh basil, chicken broth, heavy cream, and mozzarella cheese. We bring it, kind of scald the liquid mixture, and then right into a blender with the mozzarella cheese. So the cheese kind of gets dispersed throughout the liquid, and it just a nice little that fresh basil kind of like effervescence. The floral nature of it kind of shines through.
Basil is definitely a strong flavor, so yes.
So this is the second thing that a gut chef has prepared that I've had in the last year where I'd like a vat of that. The other, of course, was Michael Alfonte's sauce at the Gilded dinner where everybody was like, that butter, that with the cognac. Yeah. Well done. Bravo.
Fun.
Now I want a BLT with that.
It's all gone, right?
I used to make a lobster,
a little crostini.
BLT with Fellini.
Which we used to.
Yeah, way back in the 1990s at the Valleywick Inn in Fairfax, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have Emmy's was part of the service there. It was a little bed and breakfast. I did that one day. It was like Fellini's, a lobster salad, bacon, and tomato foam,
Mm,
and it's just one little bite for the lobster
incredible.
BLT.
Food is my love language.
Heard.
Wine is my poetry. Food is my love language. There you go.
There it is.
So let's get back to the R&D dinner. So
Yep.
what is an R&D dinner for the listeners?
The research and development R&D dinner.
Mm-hmm.
How it was explained to me, and this is my first one, so it was a learning experience for me too.
Oh, cool.
They wanted some things that had worked and some things that they wanted studs and duds.
Okay.
And kind of the explaining process of what made them heroes or what you needed to change. When we got to the entree, we talked about, 80% of people love this dish, but because at the time we were using tri-tip, there's that 20% were like, this is too tough, we don't want this. So during the dinner, we did it a nice New York strip, so that's going to be tender all the way through.
Oh yeah.
But I love doing the Wellington like that because you get all of those, kind of like, I don't know, the theory that we have at Dante's. We want things people know, but we want to turn them on their ear just a little bit to make them a little more whimsical and more memorable. So like the
I love
Wellington,
the word.
yeah, the Wellington everybody's had. I mean, God, in '95 I was cooking it at the Waterfront Marriott in Annapolis, Maryland.
Incredible.
Yeah, everybody's had beef Wellington before.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just wanted something that, that pastry was still crisp and that meat was still nice and medium rare. It wasn't, overcooked. We wanted to kind of deconstruct it, obviously, to make all those components just a little bit more special and more reliable going into a restaurant. 5 o'clock
Absolutely.
or 9 o'clock, getting the same Wellington, without having, the staff of some of these celebrity chefs where there's 20 guys just taking care of that one thing.
So is that the next thing on the menu?
That was already on there. That's been on and off.
Okay, fair enough. But from what you brought in today?
No. We're bringing the cucumber brie is gonna be next.
Okay, let's do that.
All right,
Let's talk about that. So the cucumber bries, or the cucumber brie, is a soup, and it is it's just well put together. But you can definitely tell that there's how do you put it, an ungodly amount of brie that you put in it.
It's rich.
And it was a small, or it was a small portion, but it was, I think, a good portion.
Yeah.
And
But chilled soup, just like gazpacho, there's the right amount.
right.
I mean, you can only have so much chilled liquid. You know what I mean? So there is a little bit of a balance in that.
And the story of how you came up with this is pretty incredible too, and I'll let you tell that.
Yeah. So I was given keys to country clubs probably well before my years. So at Lowe's Island Country Club, I was the executive sous chef, and I was not yet old enough to drink. Something my old business partner used to bring up often because he was serving me underage when I went to his bar. He was like, "How old are you?" And my birthday was like 21. I was like, what? I've been serving you for 3 years. But
I think the statute of limitations on that's probably right.
yeah.
And we don't endorse that either.
Endorse underage drinking.
No.
But this was one of the first soups that I ever did as my kind of, I'm deciding what's on the menu now. And it spoke summer to me. You got your cucumber, you got your dill, you got a little bit of dried tomato on there, and some of the parts end up being more than themselves separately. And like I told you, we garnished it all sorts of different ways. Crab meat back east. Just it's a vessel for whatever you want. You can put smoked chicken on it. Tomato foam, doing tomato foam things.
Tomato foam, and that was how it's topped and presented, and it just works so well together. It's such a great balance, and it cuts the acid from the tomatoes does cut through some of the heaviness, and I say that air quotes, but it's just tasty. Now you paired the soup with a Chardonnay
Yeah,
duckhorn.
duckhorn.
Good call, by the way. I was actually, we were just talking about the food and wine pairings from the menu just the other evening, and it as much as you are such a proponent of local.
I am.
I mean, no, I mean you are heart and
Thank you.
soul, and obviously with my connection to Arizona wine, the point being is sometimes chefs actually need to do what they know is best for their food and pick a really solid wine with a wonderful reputation, like the Duckhorn Chardonnay and like the Silver Oak Cab that you served,
Yes.
which, and I had warned Wesley beforehand. I'm like, you're gonna like that cab. I had told him, and I was like giving you kudos and thumbs up beforehand. So, bravo. Well done.
We got about a minute left here, so we're gonna dig into this and try that. And then when we come back, we're gonna walk or finish the menu.
Yep.
What's in the pearls?
That is a smoked trout roe.
Just incredible.
And that's one. So doing the R&D dinner, we got a lot of feedback. And people, there was a couple that said this was salty. I don't get it.
It's not too salty. It's a right balance, but it has cheese in it, so I can see that. Coming up, Ken Foy is going to finish off the menu here, and then we're going to talk about elevated cuisines and award-winning cocktails at Dante's Fire. Don't go anywhere, and stay tasty, Tucson. There we go. All right. I'm going to save this. Do you want to set up the next couple, and then we'll be able to just kind of pass it back and forth. What do you think? Mm-mm. Mm.
It's caviar, darling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's-
fabulous.
It's so good. Segment 2.
Full disclosure, my friend asked me if I wanted to go, and I was already like in and relaxed for the night, so I really quickly called him. Like, "Want to go to the dinner?"
It was a surprise and exciting, and it was a blast. And everybody should get in on these dinners.
Yeah, it was a neat thing. And it's just interesting enough with the R&D nature of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you want to experience the R&D dinners, the best way to do that is with our friends over at Tucson Foodie. Join the Tucson Foodie Insiders. If you go to Tucson Foodie, it's $10 or it's $20 a month, but you do get a lot of really cool benefits, and you can save or you can save a lot of money because they have a lot of giveaways. And then they do the R&D dinners, which are really cool, and that's in addition to and uh, with the membership. Now with the Tucson Tasty Show, we on purpose we made it different because we didn't want to have the overlap, but we wanted to give the different experience. So that's why we went with secret password for the secret menu items, and then you earn gift cards by going to the restaurants. Interactive. And then you also get, in fact, if you want 20% off the tickets to Chef or Janos's Janos or Studio Janos dinner, it's you go join the Tucson Tasty Show membership at thetastyshow.com. 20% off for our members, which is yeah. All good. And we're good. Yeah, no, nobody heard that.
Yeah.
It was under your breath enough. Thank you. All good. Hey, Desiree, good to see you. Desiree Brown, thanks for jumping on there. Awesome. And we're going to go back in here in just a second. As soon as I get the thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show, brought to you by SACA. SACA is the Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance and is dedicated to creating, preserving, and advancing the arts. This segment of the Tucson Tasty Show is brought to you by Local First Arizona, supporting independent restaurants and food businesses throughout the state. So Chef Ken and Leslie are here in the studio. Thank you for being here today. We're going to and we're going to walk through the rest of the menu from your R&D dinner. And what an experience. I mean, not only did we get to interact with you, you came out and you talked about your dishes, and then the dishes came out, and then we can go back and watch you plate. I actually got some really cool photos of that, and we got to get those over to you. But just what an experience.
Having that plating taken care of, done in the dining room versus hidden in the kitchen, it really, and realistically, people come, you can walk up and kind of watch us do what we
Yep.
do. No one really takes advantage of it, but every once in a while you get a couple, and they're back there spellbound.
Well, I mean, it's an art form for sure, and that's why culinary is a part of art, right?
Yeah. And that table that was like right in front of where we were doing our thing, they were yucking it up the whole time.
Oh yeah. Awesome. So what's the next thing that was on the menu?
This would be the second place pickle dish from the Iron Chef competition. So one of the judges called this the cheeseburger steak tartare. So it's a pickle relish steak tartare, pickled eggs, a truffle bread and butter pickle, and a dill pickle potato chip in place of your cracker or bread. So it is going on the menu.
As it should.
Every time we've done this, people are like, yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. So we're gonna keep right along with that, and have some fun. It's got a great visual pop and it's delicious to send. So
yeah,
the only thing that we think we can do better than what you guys have right here is we put it on a darker plate in the restaurant, so all of those color components really just pop.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that. Oh, producer Tina has to take photos first, so yeah. I gotta. She keeps giving me the side eye over there. But what would be? Remind me what the pairing on the drink was with this. Whiskey sour. Mm-hmm.
Pickle whiskey sour.
Yes.
So we just had fun throwing some pickles in some drinks. Because you can do whatever you want without this. And we just wanted something that'll, awaken the palate.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for this. You know what I mean? Excuse me, I'm having a moment.
Yes, it is a moment. And it's in that pickle, the pickles are sour, or whiskey sour pickle, or whiskey pickles. Yeah. It really cuts through the fat and everything. So, and it really just ties everything together.
Bread and butter pickle chips are treated with truffle oil.
Oh,
so you need something that'll cut through. I mean, that's a strong flavor. You know
yep.
what I mean? So on one of our food truck menus, we do called an Oy Vey menu. So it's our kind of like new style delicatessen. Maybe
I'm a fan.
Maybe something coming soon to a spot downtown that we have to go see on Monday. we did we called it the dill pickle potato chip. So it is the powdered white cheddar cheese like you get for your movie theater popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
granulated garlic, uh, lemon pepper to give it that citric acid punch, fresh dill and a little bit of garlic and parsley on the potato chip, and that's the pickled egg. Those are just nutty fun.
Everything just ties together so well, and I always love an egg on a hamburger. I have to do it. When you're doing beef tartare, tell us a little bit about that process because a lot of people get it's not an easy dish to approach for an American.
Yeah, but it should be both as a consumer of it and as someone making it at home. You can make tartare with pretty much anything. I've done it with lamb. I've done it with anything seafoody under the sun. So it's just such a simple thing. Um, but at its core, it's raw protein, which makes some people stand back. But it is such a light summer refreshing bite that people should be less scared of it.
When you're selecting the cut of beef in this instance, what are you looking for?
It really doesn't matter. I've made it with you guys are being bougie, so this is tenderloin.
Mm-hmm.
But I've made it with skirt steak. I've made it with New York. You're going to cut it so fine that, I mean, barring using like a short rib or something that you absolutely have to braise the heck out of.
Right.
It's gonna melt in your mouth. By the way, it's chopped.
Absolutely, and it definitely does. I mean, it's yeah. I can eat this every day. And that pickle and everything, it just ties it together so well. I actually appreciate the approachable flavors and everything that ties it together.
And
so
it's layered there. I mean, a bread and butter pickle. I mean, we've had them since we were kids. And,
right.
Tuna salad. You know what I mean? Just yeah, it just everybody's had it. So like I said, we want to be Dante's, but we want things people know. We're gonna turn them on their ear just a little bit. So bread and butter pickle chip with just a little bit of truffle oil. It changes the dimension of it.
Yeah, I would say that it pulls it all together. And I mean, it's familiar flavors, but the elevated amount of flavor that's I mean, and so that's going on the menu. How much would you charge for something like that on your menu?
18 to 20, something like that. It's not super expensive.
And I would pay
It's
it.
one of those things, like we talked about. There's only so much raw meat that an individual feels comfortable being
Right.
not for any other reason that it's texturally you can only put so much in before like it's time to move on to something else.
Right.
So it's never going to be one of the bigger portions, like prosciutto. I mean, how many slices of prosciutto or the?
Is that a challenge?
5 pounds is usually my.
And they had the Mirko ham.
Oh.
And he's like, "You want me to tell you how much it is?" I'm like, nope. It was sold by the ounce, and it was not cheap.
No, I bet.
But me and JJ split an ounce, and it was the perfect amount. It's just so rich and delicious, and then you get to tip the guy who sliced it in front of you $20, whatever. Came out with art and all sorts of weird stuff.
No, that's awesome. And those experiences are one of the reasons that we love to go to Vegas or go out to eat in Tucson. And one of my favorite dishes actually is at the Frank Sinatra at the Encore, Win Encore. And Sinatra is an elevated Italian restaurant, but they do a fettuccine Alfredo, and then they come out and they shave the truffle over the top, and they're like just mix it in a little bit, and it melts everything together, and it's next level. Just wow. And,
and I was just young the server said, "Do you want me to introduce you the price of this appetizer?" I was like, "Nope, white truffles." I was like, "Nope, I don't want you to tell me, but I want it."
Yeah.
And it was the most simple. It was a ravioli with a egg yolk inside,
Mm.
and it just came brown butter, shaved the white truffles over the top. Absolutely divine, $80 appetizer.
Yep.
$4.
Yeah, it's a $100 appetizer at Sinatra.
2002, 4.
Ooh,
So
well, that's like
20 years ago.
it's like $200 now. Yeah, fair. So what's next on the menu? We got about 2 minutes left in the segment.
That's the menu.
That's the menu. The one thing I do want to talk about was your deconstructed beef Wellington. Beef Wellington's one of our favorites. I make it at home when I can, and because it takes 6 hours. I mean, it is definitely a commitment, especially letting everything rest, and then but you used the New York. And you could definitely tell, I got a New York that was cooked absolutely perfect. I was really excited because it was that nice medium rare, closer to probably rare, but that's what you need a New York strip at. That's where it's at. And then that crunch on the top now with that puff pastry that you're using, because you're placing everything together, so it's not your typical beef Wellington. But what are you seasoning that puff pastry on the top with? Really? And it was just, well, I know what I'm doing when I go home, because I'm just gonna egg wash it, salt and pepper, and I'm good.
Sometimes as chefs we just can't get in the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't overthink it. Don't put puff pastry, that buttery crunch, goes so well with it. Just don't get in the way.
Mm.
Mushroom duxelle, simple, basic. The Bordelaise and Béarnaise sauce, probably not as atypical, more what you'd see with a Chateaubriand.
Mm.
But my favorite way to eat red meat is the combination of those two sauces.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no, those sauces together were just it tied everything together.
Takes the tarragon back a little bit, which can be overpowering on its own in the Béarnaise.
Wonderful. Well, we'll be right back after this short break. Do you want access to secret menu items at top Tucson restaurants? Join the Tasty Show membership program at thetastyshow.com. Up next, how you can attend R&D dinners, win tickets to the Renaissance Fair, and be a part of our Studio Llanos TV recording event. Stay tuned and stay tasty, Tucson. And then just that one's a quick turn.
She's awesome. Well, I mean, I know that, but
She's just the best person on the planet.
you two are thinking about that. I love you both. Oh, and you can cook too, by the way. I mean, you're not just nice people.
That's helpful.
Well, I mean, her duck dish at the Gilded Age. All the food at that.
Did you see what Obi's boys put on the menu at Uncorked? Speaking of duck, they did deep fried duck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that menu, and we want to go. That's not Obi.
Obi's. There was three of his chefs from MO Club went into that kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the ones that are. They're doing an incredible job.
Matt Krause is at the court,
Mhm.
and I think he's helping direct Uncorked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they read my menu. There's flaw on there.
Oh yep.
There's a couple other things that we have Dante's wife, and me and JJ can't wait to go.
Yeah, no, you gotta go. There you go. Dude, that's definitely gotta check it out.
Okay, yeah.
And they're
Shouldn't be
that's Pima and Wilmot, or Pima and Tegoverde, depending on which side of the street you're coming from.
100%.
And it's right in the front. So you have the Cork Tucson in the back, and then you have Uncorked in the front.
Great little block. Now there's the Korean fried chicken place.
Yep.
There's the ramen noodle place.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be Restaurant Row.
Yeah.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
Yes.
My family owned?
Yeah. Twice now. So when I first got there, the first meal I ever had in Tucson, I was like, I'm moving back home. And it was the City Grill that used to be there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was so bad.
Well,
I got a mushroom bruschetta and it was like pasty cream sauce with a couple chopped mushrooms on it. The greasiest bread I ever seen, and a couple of mescaline.
Now you know
Oh.
why Rick went and opened Pizza 44.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
and then they also have arancini on the menu. Arancini, yes. And then and oh, it was so good.
We saw it pop off the other day, and we really want to go out there and check it out.
Yeah, we got. Remind me to show you some pictures because we definitely have some good food pictures. All right, let's get back into this and finish off the last segment. All right. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. The Tucson Tasty Show is brought to you by SACA. The Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance is dedicated to creating, preserving, and advancing the arts. I'm your host, Wesley Source, and this is the Tucson Tasty Show. The final segment is sponsored by Vera Oral Premium Beef, delivering that high-quality ranch-to-table flavor that you can't get from anywhere else. All right, food lovers, if you want to be a part of something extraordinary, don't miss out this one night only private dinner and TV recording episode at Studio Llanos. Only 12 guests will get this experience and a curated multi-course menu, all drinks included, and a front row seat to the magic of the Tucson Tasty TV show. Head to the tastyshow.com and grab one of the last spots. Join the Tucson Tasty Show membership at thetastyshow.com for VIP food experiences and your chance to win tickets to the Renaissance Fair. We're going to talk about we have Ken Foy Chef Ken Foy from Dante's Kitchen and Cocktails here in the studio, and we have Leslie, our wine expert and ambassador for the Tucson Tasty Show, and we're gonna talk about balancing bold flavors with modern techniques, and that's one of the things that I get really excited about, and it's definitely something that you demonstrated during the R&D dinner, especially with that the beef welling or everything that you do. So why don't we? How do you do that? I mean,
Balance is a word that gets you in trouble. We just want to get the ingredients, and treat them right in the best part of their season. And from there, everything else makes sense.
Really more of a symbiosis, isn't it? It's
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
The day after your dinner, we did a Molly Duker dinner. And that one you have to open the bottles and you have to get the personality of the wine to make sure you can match the food appropriately. When you're doing a wine dinner, there's a different expectation there that those two things coming together in your palate at the same time have to work together.
Absolutely. So no Chardonnay with turkey.
No Chardonnay with turkey.
No Cabernet Sauvignon with turkey.
Oh yeah.
That's a no.
So
Yeah. The inside joke though is the wine that he was raving about, the French wine that was his holy grail, is the Merlot. There's an Easter egg for those of you who didn't know that.
Oh, there you go. What is a must-try dish at in cocktail on your menu?
Okay, so what the universe says is the cucumber martini is our most well-known cocktail. I'm not a cucumber martini guy, but apparently the rest of the world is. I'm a bigger fan of the pecan old fashioned.
Okay.
Because it states who we are as identity at Dante's. So we've had a blue cheese and pecan salad on the menu since we opened. The byproduct of making those candy pecans is a syrup that is rich with pecan flavor.
Right.
Pecan old fashioned takes some of that syrup, take some black walnut bitters, and a lesser known, really awesome bourbon called Benchmark.
Yeah.
It's made by the same people who do Hoppy and Mickle, but it's like it's their base bourbon, not the hoity-toity. And it's just so simple. And we're using something that we're using in the kitchen, and we're using a lesser known bourbon. We're bringing them together, and it's just so much fun. That is my favorite drink.
It sounds incredible. I mean, just the way that you describe it.
Martini sells tenfold over anything else.
Do you have the pickle martini that was on the that was paired with the dessert on the R&D dinner?
We're working on that one. That's been a customer requested thing. It's not something like the secret menu.
Mm.
Like people have just been
Okay.
asking. Pickles all the rage right now. I don't
Right.
know why. But people have just been asking for,
They're healthy for you,
they're healthy
and
for
they
you.
taste good.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
better than the dirty martini where you just
right.
put all that olive juice in it.
That's
And
funny. We were
I
just talking about that last
we
night
were
too.
and I do like a good dirty martini just because I love olives. But I think you've got me switched to a pickle martini. And realistically, the reason why was because when you get that salt, and I like savory, and that's my flavor. I don't really go after sweets. Believe it or not, I don't. When we're at the grocery store, I walk past the candy bars. I hate candy bars. They're just too much sugar. But that's me. So this pickled martini, it had that salt, but then it had all those incredible flavors. And the thing that really came through for me was a little bit of um, the cloves, and it hit just right where it just tied everything together, and it gave you that little bit of fresh clove flavor.
You're not talking about the butternut one. That one's going on the menu. That was that welcome cocktail. The butternut I killed butter stuff.
I'm talking about the martini at the
Yeah.
end. The butternut one was good.
Yeah, because that one's going on the menu.
That was the cinnamon overtook everything.
Nutmeg.
It was nutmeg.
Yeah.
I had a cinnamon stick, roasted cinnamon stick in mine.
Yeah. That goes into the rim.
Okay. Oh yes. Oh yeah. No, that rim was incredible. You're right. And it had a little bit of spice. Are you using the chili powder?
Salt,
Oh, okay.
sugar, and
Keys and
nutmeg.
cheese. Okay.
Yep.
It was really good.
That one from Willie Dufresne at W50 in Manhattan.
It's good.
Well, you can
Uh,
just slap your mama in the cocktail.
Yeah, there you
know.
go. You go for it.
But it really paired really well with that, and no pun intended, the pear dish, the blanched pear, and that was the final dish, and all those sauces were, they just all tied together, and then the martini, really kind of just made everything open, all the flavors. It was really well done.
It's Dante's fire in the logo. Go away without throwing something martini.
Understood. And we did see one of the cucumber martinis, and there's a foam on top.
Yep. So that one was a derivative of it was one of my last things at Tucson Country Club, and we did the old school seafood aspic,
Mm.
and we put the cucumber foam on top of it in a glass for a dinner we were doing. And then I showed the foam to my business partner at the time, who was the bartender. He's like, "I've got a drink that would just work perfect on." And then I can't tell you how popular that drink has been at that restaurant.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, I get it. And you get the cucumber water and stuff like that.
Last month, because the staff keeps on dropping them.
Oh no.
Because they're always walking around the restaurant with that drink.
Well, that's good though, and it sounds like it's something that's very popular. So, what would you say? We've got 4 minutes left. What is one thing that everybody needs in their kitchen? A mandolin. Okay. Aren't those a little dangerous?
Of course they are. Everything in the kitchen hurts you or injure you.
Yep.
That's the process.
Fair.
But the pickle chips.
Yes.
Not a mandolin.
Oh, okay. So you whole pickle and then just make them yourself. Whole cucumber and make it yourself. All right. Well, definitely, we have one. I don't know why we don't make our own pickles. It's okay. We found a really good pickle brand.
Nice.
It's in the refrigerated section, and it's Bubby's Pickles. And we just started seeing them as Fry's and Safeway, but it's that old school. Yeah, they've definitely been around, but it's that old school like East Coast pickle.
Yeah.
With the
It's
wicked
good.
crunch.
Oh, yeah.
They
Just having the
blanch
barrel
a lot
back in
of
the
it.
day.
And that crunch is important because it's the most disappointing thing to pull a pickle out of the jar, bite into it, and it's soggy.
Soggy and it's green all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
Not having that flesh. Still kind of it's pickle color or cucumber color.
Yeah.
The bread and butter is a little bit different.
Bread and butter pickles, the ones you did are amazing because
Yes.
they still got and
Mhm.
also are just tender enough. So you nailed those.
I know how to not cook food.
That in and of itself is an art, chef.
There you go. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. So we've got about a minute left, or 2 minutes left. So tell us what everybody should be looking out for in the future, and how they can find you, and catering, and the food truck.
Yeah. Got a catering going out 20 minutes ago.
Mm.
Right now, we love to cater. Like I told you, Festival Books is going to be an awesome deal. We're also doing the Tucson St. Patrick's Day Parade Festival.
All right.
I am responsible for 2,000 pounds of corned beef at the end of this year. So we cook for the Wood Nickel on 22nd, or at Dana Country Club. We cook for St. Patrick's Day Parade Festival. There's going to be a Tucson Doobie event the Monday of St. Patrick's Day where we have corned beef going on.
Oh.
So, and we're doing it at the Festival Books because, we already had enough. So,
You sure you can't throw a wine dinner in there since March is Arizona Wine Month?
We're trying, but I'm also trying to go to Seattle, so 22nd to the 24th. It's the only available weekend. So we kind of have nothing going on. So,
But that's the air show weekend.
it is the air show weekend. It's actually a great weekend not to live on the east side.
Yes. Thunder over
all the east side. So yeah.
a thunder over the desert. And shout out really quick to everybody over there. They do an amazing job, and we're super excited about that. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Tucson Tasty Show. Thank you, Leslie, for dropping in and experiencing the food with us. You got Tina to eat, producer Tina to eat truffle. So thank you. I do it, or I do that to her as often as possible. And join join the tastyshow.com, or go to the tastyshow.com for VIP food experiences and your chance to win tickets to the Ren Fair. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson.